This grab bag is epic, so stick around and let me tell you about it. There was only one picture on the eBay listing that showed any coins. I saw wheat cents, Indian cents, buffaloes, V-nickels, large cents, 2 of them. One's got a hole in it, but it's still a freaking large cent. There was a 3-cent nickel, an ancient coin, and a few surprises I didn't even know about. Luckily, my highly impulsive max bid was not met, and I only paid $31.75 for this grab bag. I can already tell you it's awesome because, full disclosure, I did take a peek. I know, I'm sorry, but this bag is just under 3/4 of a pound, and I had to look. I had to. I'm sorry. Okay, so first things first, I'm the realist. First things first, all the coins in this bag are cull. They're not the prettiest. Some don't have dates, some are slick, some are holed, some are bent. But they have history. They haven't been put up in Grandpa's closet for 100 years. These coins have been circulated. Hard. And I am 100% here for it. This is my favorite type of coin to collect. Coins that tell a story are so much more valuable to me personally than any mint state coin will ever be. These coins have lived. Some of them are even going to fill spots in my albums. And if you're as pumped about that as I am, high five that like button and stick around till the end of the video to see it. All right, enough of me. Let's look at these coins. Here it is, guys. I'm so excited to show you. There's so much history right here in this bag and I'm pumped. So let's get this thing open and see what all we got. I'm sure right off the bat you're going to see some wheat cents, foreigns, half dollars, buffaloes, and things like that. But what I want to show you is the coin that made me want this bag so much. This is an 1856 braided hair large cent. But more on this later. I just want to show you guys everything. So let's go. It wouldn't be a proper grab bag without some junk. So let's take a look at that first. As you can see, we ended up with 3 clad half dollars, 2 of which are holed. First up, we've got a 1972 Denver, possibly someone's necklace at one point in time. A 1973 Philly that didn't quite make it on the necklace, but they gave it the good old college try. And a holed bicentennial. So we've made $1.50 so far. Not too bad. Not too bad. Next up, we've got about 19 cents from 1980. Poor George, he's seen some better days, yeah? And a penny. Just a crusty, dusty penny. Moving right along to the ancient coins, I had zero idea what these were, so I did what any normal person would do. I asked Reddit. And I was informed that these are from the Chola dynasty of India, and they date between 985 and 1014 AD, which I think is pretty dang cool. Now, I don't know much about that, but it's always fun to learn new things, and from what I've gathered online, these are worth about $4 each, so not too bad at all. Next up, we've got our 7 foreign coins, and some of these are a bit tough. So let's start off with this cool looking coin from Morocco. It shows a date of 1340, which is for the Islamic calendar, and translates to 1922 on ours. This coin goes for around $7 on eBay, which I thought was pretty good. But this is damaged, so I'll say it's around $4. Next up, we have what I think to be a Chinese cash coin. I'm not any good with these, and I was unable to verify online. So if this is something you're good with, please let me know down in the comments because I'd love to know what this is. And Google says this is a World's Fair imitation cash token from the early 1900s. Some have sold on eBay for around $4 to $5, but with the shape this is in, I'll give it $1. This looks like it says 50 Pfennig, and that's really all I have to go on. It's beat all to hell and I couldn't find anything about it online. It almost feels like a hammered coin, but I'm sure it's not. I really have no idea with this one, guys. It's cool though, so if you know, let me know. Now this little guy is pretty neat. It's actually from the Czech Republic when they were under Nazi rule from 1939 to 1945. It's not worth anything monetarily, especially in this condition, but to me it holds significant historical value and things like this should never be forgotten. This is 1 cent from Liberia and was minted in 1968. Again, no real value here, but I don't have any coins from Liberia, so I'll happily put this in my foreign bag. And lastly, we've got this little bitty coin from Thailand. And don't worry, it's not gold. It's aluminum bronze and was minted in 1950. Nothing special here, but it's still pretty cool. So I don't want to bore you with a bunch of common coins, so I'll summarize the pennies and nickels real quick. I got a ton of wheat cents, mostly common dates and mints from the 40s and 50s. I did end up with 3 steelies, 2 of which look plated and 1 that's a total rust bucket. There were 2 from the 30s and 2 from the teens, the oldest being a 1911 Philly, which is bent. I got 11 Indian cents, all common as well, ranging from 1883 to 1907. Most are in decent shape, but a few are pretty fugly, and 1 was so harshly cleaned it looked like a cheesy poof. 16 buffalo nickels in the condition you'd expect. 7 were completely dateless, and several had holes, but there were a couple that surprised me. The dates ranged from 1918 to 1937, with no mint marks. I need a few of them for my album, so I'll be punching those in at the end of the video. Oh, and 1's gold-plated. And there were 10 V-nickels ranging from 1890 to 1911. 3 were so slick you could barely tell what they were, 1 looked like it had gone through a meat grinder, and 2 had X's carved in Lady Liberty's face for whatever reason, but a few of these are going in my album as well. Hey, here's a short one. We ended up with 1 1874 3-cent nickel, which I'm proud to say will be going in my album at the end of this video, so stick around if you'd like to see that. These were a surprise. I had no idea this bag had 2-cent pieces in it, and when I saw them I was so dang happy. These are by far my favorite obsolete coinage. Yes, they're slick and they are a bit ugly, but I love them. This 1864 is pitted so bad you can barely see any of the detail, but I'm still really happy to have it in my collection. However, this 1864 is in pretty solid shape, considering the rest of the coins. I'm very, very happy to have this one. Unfortunately, it's not an album filler because the one that I have is a little bit better, but I'm going to keep it forever. And lastly, we've got our large cents, which I am very, very happy about. First up, we have what seems to be a matron head large cent, which was minted from 1816 to 1835. And unfortunately, it is so slick, there is no date and hardly any detail, but this is so cool. I don't have any of these, and I'm happy to have this one. It's not going to go in my typeset album because it's so damaged, but I will flip it up and I'll stash it away just to have. The last one here you saw when we opened the bag. It's an 1856 braided hair large cent and seems to be of the slanted 5 variety. It's got a hole in it, but it's still such a beautiful coin, and I'm so happy to have it. So yeah, that's the bag, and I hope you enjoyed it because I sure did. Guys, I am still just so amazed at the history that we just saw in that bag. If these coins could talk, I would happily sit and listen all day long. The places they've been, the things they've seen, it's incredible to think about, really. Some of these coins could have been in the pocket of a Civil War soldier, or a cowboy or an outlaw in the Old West. They could have even been with a family traveling the Oregon Trail. Those ancient coins could be over 1,000 years old. And that's insane. And that right there, this is the reason I collect coins. Oh, it just gives me chills thinking about it, guys. It's so awesome. I love it so much. So I want you to let me know down in the comments whether you think this was a swing and a miss or if it was a home run. You already know what side I'm on because I love this thing. But I want to hear from you. And since I've got you for a little while longer here, I'd like to show you some of my albums. So let's check them out. So I ended up putting the 1918 Philly into my Buffalo album. Even though he's got a hole in his ear, I did need him. 1919 is up next, and you can just barely make out that date. 1923 and 25 are about the same. Barely readable date, but they made the album. The 1926 really surprised me. It's in pretty good shape if I do say so myself. The 1929 and 1935 are both pretty slick as well. But damn, don't that gold-plated 1937 look great in this book? We got 4 V-nickels in the book as well. The 1890 and the 1894 X marks the spot coins, and the meat grinder. Not sure what happened to her, but she's a survivor. The 1910 made it in as well. And some of my OG fans may recognize this book from TikTok, and if you're interested, it's always linked down below. That 1874 looks amazing in there. Only 790,000 were minted, which I think is amazing. Guys, I've had so much fun today, and I really hope you have too. And if you have, please do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to ring that bell if you want to be one of the first ones to see my videos. And I've got an entire playlist of grab bag videos right here, so go check them out. And as always, you guys have been great, and I've been Nate. Thank y'all so much for sticking around and watching Alienated History, and I will catch you on the flip side. All right, guys. Bye.